Hey everyone, welcome to Latin Entertainment as we present Support Latine Businesses, the show, where we interview various businesses across Abya Yala. Also, if you haven't, please join the Facebook group Support Latine Businesses on facebook.com/groups/Support Latine Businesses, where you can network with a wide range of people in the pursuit of cooperative economics. Now let's get into today's episode where we're interviewing Gloria Cabrera from Gloryalicious.
Hi, Francisco. Thank you for inviting me here to talk to you tonight about my business. I'm Gloria, and I have Gloryalicious handcrafted products. And my products are culturally relevant, and they are really the purpose of them. I do handcrafted items from crocheting to sewing to making these Gloryalicious coronas de flores. So everything's handcrafted and embedded in my culture, and they're limited editions. And the purpose is, I think, well, it's supposed to make me some money, but also just to uplift the community and highlight the talents, that come through our DNA that we share with the world.
Yeah, seeing some of your products, especially with COVID-19 and now going into the 2020 year, I've seen that there's various masks, face masks that are around of various cultures. Like, would you mind just sharing, like, where is this artistic expression comes from?
It's interesting. In my background's a nonprofit. So I was in management, senior management in a nonprofit, and then I was hit in a car accident. So there was a long period of just being injured and then having to heal after surgery. So when I was healing, I started realizing that I had this innate talent and gifts that weren't being developed. Fast forward, when it came to the pandemic, the corona pandemic, I had to sit for a moment and think, because people were laughing. They're like, "Oh, are you going to crochet some face masks?" And I was like, "Aha, that's funny," but no, I won't, because it's not safe. And I sat with it. I'm an initiated santera also, and a spiritualist. So I sat with it and I prayed, and I realized that it was time for me to make face masks, which were culturally relevant. So I got a lot of muertos. I have Dia de los Muertos. I have singing muertos. I have dogs and cats muertos. I mean, just very iconic images. I have Frida Kahlo images. I have indigenous patterns, because I know that during the pandemic, it was going to be physical, but emotional, psychological, and spiritual. So to me, when I made them with the blessings of my orishas and ancestors. I put my work, my ache, they call it ache, my blessings into it, because I also want people who wore it to feel the power of our ancestors and not be afraid during the pandemic, which is scary, we all went through it. So that's how that originated.
I love it. And then there's this organic body scrub, handcrafted and natural. That's so interesting. Tell me more.
Oh, thank you for asking me that. And I love that body scrub. I got hooked on my own stuff. I got hooked on my own product and forgot to sell it. Again, when I was recovering from back surgery, I found myself saving espresso coffee grinds. And, maybe it's a Latina in me, my mother, right? We save everything. So I found myself saving them, thinking I could use these again. And then I realized, talking to my sister, that the purpose of it would be to make a body scrub blend, all natural, all GMO free, fragrance free. There was an anti-ager that would just beautify us. And to me, that's also coming to a point where just recovering health and trying to move forward. Self-love and taking care of my body, which was very injured, was part of my healing process. So again, I put love into that and put that out to share with other people. We don't need artificial ingredients. We don't need to go to Macy's or Bloomingdale's or all those fun stores that we may love going. We could do it ourselves.
How much of that product do we need to really cleanse ourselves?
Well, I have a little 8-ounce jar. I have different sizes that I offer, and it's easy for an 8-ounce jar. It depends on how you want to use it. It's easy for it to last a week or a month. I haven't. And I'm so glad you asked me this, Francisco, because when I first started making it, I gave it away free. And it was a man I gave it to who said, "Gloria, this is good. This shit's good." they tell me after they shave, they used it on their faces to exfoliate, and how it left all the oils that I put in there just left their skin soft. I have cinnamon powder in there, organic cinnamon powder. And a friend told me when he used it on his back, his scars started to fade, his pimple scars. And that's the power of natural ingredients. So that's when I started selling it. It could last from a week to 2 weeks. It's really how it's applied. And it's good for all over the body too.
Face. I actually had a facial earlier this year, and I just love that feeling. So I'm actually looking forward to this.
Now, Francisco, I would tell you that, I started doing it. I was using the body scrub. This was pre-pandemic, selling at farmers market here. And it didn't hit me, but people were telling me, your skin looks so beautiful. Your skin looks so beautiful. Your skin looks so beautiful. And I was just trying to sell. And finally I came on, I was like, oh shit, they're talking about my skin because I use my body scrub. And what I did find in it, it's a natural anti-ager, because I also use organic, it's a sugar, turbino cane sugar. And that has a natural anti-ager in it. So we look young anyways, but why not continue?
Yeah. Here's actually an additional question. How do you find yourself like navigating through taking photos, videos, website designs? Like how have you developed that inquiry for yourself?
I think I'm still working on it, because on top of that, first and foremost, I have to think of my health. It's always, that I live with pain, that I have to navigate health issues. So it's always taking time to relax, or, being intentional about what I do. And I think that goes to taking photos. Designing is one mindset. So I have to think, okay, I'm going to dedicate this time to design. And then when I'm done, then it comes, okay, then I can take pictures and promote. So it's being very intentional with my time. And it's easy, since I work from home, maybe to get a little relaxed, but no, it's getting up each morning and saying, I'm going to do this, this, and this. And I'm scheduling some time to rest and relax and eat, to take care of me so I could take care of my business.
And so what events have led you to create this business?
Being injured. Again, I never thought of myself as an artist, because I was raised to think about going to college, getting a job, fitting into this world. But I went nonprofit because I am very altruistic. I grew up in the Chicano community where each one teach one. We turn around and help each other up, which is why I'm a founding mother of Lambda Sigma Gamma, San Jose State. Much love. So I was being injured and really, having time to sit with myself. And in that sitting with myself, Francisco, was also peeling off the layers of white supremacy, of what I was thought I needed to be successful. Because I was a great administrator. I'm very thorough, but I always felt like I had to do more than my peers. I had to do more to advance because there were so many barriers. When I was injured, I had to think, what am I here to do? What brings me joy? What brings me passion? So that's where I still advocate for my people, but it's now I'm sharing through my products the story of healing and empowerment.
How long has this business been around?
I think I'm starting my 4th year.
So within 4 years, what are some moments of success and growth that you have encountered?
That's a good question. I would say success has not been in monetary terms. I'm still working toward that. But it's been more in self-discovery, discovering who I am as a Chicana, Latina, Indigenous designer, discovering the skills that have been passed down to me. Because my skills, what I know, comes from my DNA, comes from my spiritual practices. It comes into tapping into who I am as a Chicana, Latina, Indigenous to the United States. And then finding like-minded creatives like myself, creating new communities where we support each other and we share information and, we see each other rise up. So that has been a success. I would say talking to you is a success, being able to share this information. So I would put this in my marker, my journal as successful. I had a photo shooting today with this corona I made for a colleague who I'm collaborating with. So that was a first time success. That was thrilling. So it's all these little things.
Now, what are your thoughts on cooperative economics and how can that strategy support the Latina community?
Well, tell me your definition of cooperative economics.
Yes. So cooperative economics is when you utilize the dollar and have it circulate within the community or group that you're intentionally trying to support.
I think the pandemic has forced all of us to think about this. And I definitely, when I started my journey into Gloryalicious, I had to really think of how I value myself and my talents and how I've been taught to devalue myself and talents. So once I started shifting this idea of mass production into creativity and talent, when the pandemic hit, it was about who am I going to give my dollar to? Am I going to give it to Amazon or will I go to the pet store around the corner and give it to my community member? When I ordered my materials on Gloryalicious, I went to Etsy and I sought out independent fabric stores based in the United States who sold culturally relevant patterns. So I think that's very important, that we support each other. And it's a challenge because sometimes we are on budgets and we want to save money. But we forget that we are investing in each other and investing in ourselves.
And so what advice would you like to share with young Latina entrepreneurs?
Well, we are in a very shifting economic culture. We're in a pivotal moment and we're still in a pandemic. In some ways, we're in an economic downturn. So given my background, being as injured as I was and having to recover, I'd say, first of all, always think about solutions. Always hold on to that hope, right? And then recognize I had to recognize what am I good at? What brings me joy? And what do I bring to the table? So I think a young entrepreneur needs to, I make mistakes, but we need to realize our talents and our skills. And it's easy to worry about the money because I'm self-funded. I am disabled and just funding myself to do what I need to do. And so at times, because we are bootstrapping ourselves, I would say just do it. Go for it. The universe unfolds. I mean, I had a photo shoot. I had people helping me out. So you talking to you right now, This is how we support each other and we go forward in faith.
Nice. What's the best way to contact you and see your business? Like what's the Instagram handles? What are the best way to reach you and see you?
I have Instagram. It's at Gloryalicious, and that's Glorya, and then Licious, Licious, Gloryalicious on Instagram. And I do have a website, which I am upgrading, and that's www.gloryalicious.com. And on Facebook, Gloryalicious also.
Great. And then so now we're just going to close with just a 1-minute promotional speech, whatever you like to share out to the people. This is definitely your time.
Well, I'd have to say that after this year, I had an accident in February and I had a bad slip and fall, and it would have been very easy to get very depressed, and it would, people would have understood. I knew they would have understood because it was just very hard physically. And I had to learn that sometimes we need to take time to love ourselves and take care of ourselves and find joy in the moment. And that's what I held on to, the joy, which came up with my Fridalicious Corona de Flores. Thinking about Frida Kahlo and her experience as a creative, as an artist, and the pain she suffered because of spinal injuries, and how we can use joy to transform moments into triumphant moments. And that's what Gloryalicious is all about, sharing that love, sharing the joy, and being inspirational, and sharing products which are artistic, wearable textile arts, but also speak to who we are as a people. It speaks to who I am as a Chicana Latina indigenous designer and entrepreneur.
Thank you, Gloria, for sharing with us today. For everyone at home, make sure you follow Gloryalicious and check her on our website on gloryalicious.com. Also, make sure you follow us on social media at Latin_entertainment and check us out on all our platforms from Anchor, Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. And then get ready for our next episode next week. Thank you for joining us. And until next time, support Latine businesses.